So another way to get interesting geometry is by using displacements. What you can see here is I just have a simple cube that I've increased the poly count on it, so there's a lot more faces. But what actually renders out is this shape. And this shape is derived from displacement. And the displacement that I made is based off of this in Photoshop. So what I did is I just had a, you know, square texture so that I can maneuver depending on what the UVs are. I basically used the marquee to make some random selections. It doesn't have to be this intricate, but what you can do is basically under filter, distort, and wave, right here you can use this to kind of give you a seamless texture edge basically. And then by using, the sliders here, you can lessen the craziness, increase it, keep it straight. If you keep it at a relative small pace, randomize, square, let's try that. Now you get that. And then I do a white version of that, filter, wave, let's just see what it gives us. And then together on a gray background, like a 50% gray, with the displacement, basically white will push out of the object and black will sink in. And then it's still just a generic cube, so it just has the cube layout. And then from here, it's actually going to use for the walls of the geo that shape. And that's how we get this intricate design. It's just something to mess with, but basically, how you do that, how you hook it up, is basically here's the shader. And again, it's an MIAX material. Under here, you don't actually see the displacement tab. You have bump, but we don't want bump because we actually want the outline. You can see here the shadowing and the profile of this object has been changed. So basically, what you want to do is select the shader, click the in and out connections, and basically here is one step beyond the actual shader is the MIA, shader name. Here you get this displacement tab. Here we'll place a displacement, go in, and then basically, you just plug in the black and white image that you've made, and then you basically dial in the displacement in the scale. And that's really it. And then basically, after that, if we click back here, you could actually hook up file off, a color node, let's say like this that I put together. And then now if we render, and again, I didn't, spend any time on this. This is like 2 seconds. But you can position this a lot more. And here you have, the windows are curving, so we'd have to fix that. But it's an interesting shape. It's, completely unique. And again, it takes 2 seconds, and then you can vary the shape by really just going back to this image and simplifying. I mean, you could just literally just have one of these so that it only like intersects one of them. Let's do that. Image, layer, flatten, okay, file, save as, and let's just do this as D for displacement. Okay, none. Go back into Maya, go back to that shader, click here, go over here for the file, and then basically, where did I put it? Projects, teaching, studio arts, week 5, displacement cube. And then now we have the displacement. So let's see what we get now. So here, actually, if you want to just read it simpler, but so you can see there's less going on in the geo than before. And you can just keep messing with this. And then once you've got something placed more the way you like it, then you could probably more intricately, figure out where the squares are and place windows in the recessed portions of the square. Because again, it's all being derived by this. So inside here, if this is cutting inwards, then this is where you could place windows, and on the outside, you could just have kind of metal sheeting on the gray, completely dialable. And then even with this, because we know the UVs are over here, you could just carry this pattern wherever you want it. Again, it just has to fit within the UVs. And again, you'll have a multitude of different shapes that you could try. So it's just a different way to work on something. Just something to think about. If you're not that good of a modeler and you wanted something to give you random, unique shapes, that's a way to try it.